What's up everyone, welcome back to Miami Miles. My name is Mickey. Today I want to take a deep dive on the McLaren Artura. I want to tell you guys what I like, what I dislike, what changes the game for McLaren, and lastly, whether or not I'll be getting the Artura. Anyways, let's get right into it. So the Artura was revealed in June to a tremendous amount of fanfare because it was the first hybrid-powered McLaren since the McLaren P1, having borrowed the technology from the P1, the technology from the Formula One team. They derived this super light axial flux electric motor, 7.4 kilowatt hour electric battery, and a V6 twin turbo that saves 110 pounds. They put all of this in a package that not only looks the part, but looks better, in my opinion, than the 720S. Not just that, but in the inside of the car is so opulent. I actually had a chance to go look at the car at the collection. It came in that beautiful light green, it's like a lime green reveal color. I sat in the car and I was just blown away. I was like, oh my goodness, this is what I've been waiting for from McLaren. The 570 doesn't stack up, the 570 GT doesn't stack up, my 600 LT doesn't stack up. This is a game changer for the interior. So the car appeared to be a total package, not to mention the price. Oh my goodness, the price, $225,000 for a car that can go 8.3 seconds, 0 to 124 miles an hour. 225 grand. To put that into context for you, the Ferrari 488 was more expensive. The 458 was more expensive. The Huracan is right around that price. Basically, this car will blow every one of those cars out of the water across the board for the same price or for a lower price. I think that car at a $250,000 spec is going to be the bargain of the century. But, and you guys, as you know, there's always a but for all these cars. Why can't these brands just make them perfect? Today, I was going through McLaren stories. The thing that prompted me to make this video is I heard the car going up the Goodwood Festival of Speed, that road that travels up the hill. And my heart was broken. I heard the sound. The sound, at least through camera. Now don't get me wrong, I haven't heard this thing in person, but the sound through camera, what the sound conveys through the camera screen is that it sounds like your normal, traditional V6. As a matter of fact, right away it reminded me of a friend of mine back in 2005 when I was in high school. He used to have a 350Z. He put this exhaust on it and the tone of the exhaust was the same. The difference is that the sound was either low or high. There was no soul to the sound. It was just a sound that the car made, and now the Artura sounds the same way. If you guys have never heard that 350Z, think of a Ford Raptor with an exhaust on it. It's not the best sounding car in the world. That is what the V6 sound in the Artura sounded like today. That to me is kind of a game changer. That's a deal breaker. That's something that would keep me from getting this car, because the whole purpose of the car is to bring me to a world where we're about to go electric, but we're still hanging on to the gas-powered internal combustion ethos of a car brand so that we actually get the feel, the pops, the bangs, the acceleration, the feeling that you're going so fast when you're barely moving at all. That's the whole point of the internal combustion engine. If I wanted the stupidest, fastest car in the world, why didn't they just go ahead and make it electric? What's the point of adding a V6 that doesn't sound that good, a V6 that sounds like every other V6 to ever come out? What's the point of doing that when you could just put electric motors on the thing, make 1,200 horsepower and blow the doors off of everything for the same price? Like, what audience are they trying to attract? Who did they pull and say, hey, do you guys think this exhaust sounds good? Because I would have been like, dude, do not put this exhaust out on a vehicle. Now, bear in mind, I may be being a little bit harsh. I don't know what it sounds like in person. You know, the sound of a car in person normally completely changes relative to what is conveyed through a camera lens and a microphone. Normally the sound, you actually hear more tonality in person, more of its personality in person. But to me, the sound is perhaps the most important thing of an automobile. So the bottom line of the Artura is that it did everything right. The price, the technology, the quality, its looks. Have you guys seen the back of the car? And I hate to jump back to the looks, but God, What a beautiful car with those little slits as headlights, that center exit exhaust, the mesh, the grill mesh they put along the back, the extractor off the side of the motor. What a car. It is the new design language, the next generation of McLaren. It's beautiful. Everything about it. Everything about it just works besides the sound, and I hope that I'm wrong about the sound, because if I'm right, that car's not for me. I wasn't going to get one anyways because I was presented with an opportunity to maybe or maybe not get another McLaren that may or not be announced at some point in the future. So the McLaren Artura is not for me, but if the exhaust pans out, if the exhaust sounds different than it did in that clip, if it comes out and it performs like a 720S or better, so it runs a 9 in the quarter mile, the car is going to sell more than anything. The car is going to outsell every Lamborghini Huracan, which is just the same typical V10 car with the dual clutch transmission running 130 mile an hour trap speeds in the quarter mile. It's going to outsell the F8 Tributo, which is a 48 rebadged. The 296 GTB is way out of orbit in terms of price. It's probably going to be $400,000 when it's all said and done. So it's going to be in a league of its own, and I hope that I'm wrong about the exhaust note. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. If you disagreed, give me a big thumbs down. I don't care. Just give me a comment down below and tell me why you disagreed. Tell me why you think this car sounds the way that a sports car or exotic should sound, and tell me why you feel like it's better than what I think it is or worse than what I think it is. Anyways, guys, I hope that you have a great day. Take care.